What's up, you glorious gazobos? My name's Stone, and I got a new game, another visual novel. This one is called SC2VN. I don't know if there's a way to pronunciate that as a word. SC2VN. I don't know. I think that's StarCraft 2. StarCraft 2 visual novel. There we go. It makes sense now. It's like I don't know what to say. That took me way too long to figure out. But what it is it's a visual novel about eSports. You don't have to really know anything about eSports to enjoy it. At least that's what it says. I'm just gonna read a little quick thing about it. It's a visual novel about South Korea StarCraft 2. We're going to be someone called Mach, I guess. Foreign semi-pro trying to make it big and StarCraft, but we don't need to know anything about StarCraft, which is good because I don't know anything about StarCraft. Meet fellow pros, build a team, and I can compete with the best. I like this part. This game is written for all the players who want to live the dream. No previous knowledge of StarCraft and eSports required. One thing I do want to say, I don't say it in my videos because I've never enjoyed it, but apparently it does help out a lot, so I am going to, and I apologize if you're like me and dislike hearing it, but I'm probably going to start saying it in my videos. It's just a quick reminder, if you enjoyed the video, please either like or subscribe. Helps grow my channel, and I actually do want to build up this channel to be a little better known. But either way, now all that nonsense is done, let's actually get into the game. If you are new to esports, you can watch a short voice-acted scene that will introduce you to the professional StarCraft, or you can watch the scene later in the extras menu and get it right into the action. I'm gonna go ahead and watch it later. In StarCraft visual novel, you select the gender of the main character. Oh, we can be a guy or a girl. The choice will mostly impact how he or she appears. The story differences are minor. Now select the main character. Ooh. Do we want to go guy or girl? Guy or girl? Let's go girl, why not? Begin the story as the female main character, of course. Yes, I shall. We'll be cool. We'll be a cool gamer girl. Gamer girl. Oh, and already a zoom in shot of the boobs. There's a certain feeling that every StarCraft player gets before they lose. Must try and ignore it at first, as if the inevitable is just another challenge to fight through. Like their past mistakes don't count if they try just a little bit harder. It's a natural thing to believe, otherwise contradicts the hours we spend practicing. Still, every player must eventually come to terms with defeat. That they have to queue up for another game, or maybe that they flew across the world for nothing. I haven't met many players that can take a loss in stride. It's painful. It's permanent. It's proof that your best isn't always enough. Long after my elimination, I remain at the PC with a blank look in my eye. Click shoot from my finger as I leap from page to page. A tournament update mentions my defeat in passing, but no one acknowledges it. When my frustration fades, I'm left with only guilt. I should have practiced harder. I guess I should be doing a female voice, but I'm not good at female voices. Maybe I should. We'll decide. I consider sticking around to watch the final few games, but the knot in my stomach persuades me to avoid any more stress. People are nice enough to a foreigner with the heart to attempt a Star League qualifier. But without a win, I'm just one more in a long line of losers. Which I picked this game because I thought it'd be pretty cool because I'm actually really big into CSGO. And 100's been their best years chasing esports dream. 1 in 50 makes it. This is for those that don't. I think I'm part of the 49. I actually really wanted to go big, or I wanted to at least try to go pro with CSGO at one point, and I actually did put in a decent amount of time practicing and learning. But yeah, it just, life and whatnot didn't work out, and I could never like truly commit to it, so I eventually just kind of moved on from that. So I guess it wasn't ever meant for me, but it still would have been cool. Every game of StarCraft begins the same. Gather resources, train a worker, construct a building, rally an army, defend the base, contest the map, turn something small into something more. So it's kind of like a game I like to play called Supreme Commander. Let me lower the volume on this just a little bit. I think it's a little too loud. This game is punishing. It's stressful. It's draining. Builds you up and tears you down. It's not for everyone. It might not even be for me. How many more chances am I gonna get? Was that my last? Oh, the feeling is back. Why am I still trying? Why can't I quit? My fist rattles the desk and sends a plastic bottle onto the floor. My chin in my hand. I throw myself into the match replay. Open the menu, escape, or right-click to check the glossary. Oh, okay. Force down a measured breath. Losing a throwaway ladder game shouldn't bother a player of my rank. Scout denial and my poor control of the final fight gives my opponent the edge. In retrospect, my mistake seems obvious. I toy with the conclusion that he was hacking before realizing that I'm making excuses. No, I should have been able to win that one. Despite the Grandmaster badge next to my handle, I found myself too anxious to queue for another game. The loss at the victory at Star League qualifier earlier today isn't helping my mindset. I comb my tiny room with a look restless, unmotivated. Sitting alone in a dark room for an extended period of time is incredibly depressing. A fact I learned only when it became a significant part of my life. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't know anything about sitting alone in a dark room playing an eSport game by myself. Only one thing is certain. I've got to get out of here. Oh, well, this is already completely fake. This is not how gamer do. This ain't how gamer do. Gamer don't leave home. Gamer stay home. That's all gamer do. After double checking that my apartment door is locked, I hustled down the stairs and out onto the sidewalk. Lights glow with each step shining toward the skyline. That's not what that said, but it's how I read it. Catchy pop beats and posters of flawless models dominate the streets after street. Foot traffic is thick and impatient. Seoul Tower stands tall from a distant hilltop. I'm assuming that's what that is. Right there. Yep. I guess I should. Yeah, I'll move my mouse out of the way. I'm sorry. But even the lingering excitement of a life in a faraway place can't dredge me out of my hopelessness. Sometimes, especially on days like this, I regret pursuing eSports. It's a thought I've had more than one time than I'd care to admit since coming to South Korea. What do you do for a job? Like, I gotta make money somehow, and apparently eSports ain't going well, so how you living? Even saying that, I know I can't keep myself from competing. It's in my nature. And truth be told, this damn game is the only thing I'm good at. And if it's like me, I'm only good at CSGO, and I suck at CSGO. It's how the cookie crumbles. What is StarCraft? Some respond to that with an explanation on the game's mechanics or its storyline. There are other popular answers too, that it requires dexterity of a pianist alongside with the strategic thinking of a chess player. Maybe that's what StarCraft is to most people. But to hundreds who crave a living on it, StarCraft isn't such a simple thing. It's the embodiment of competition, a perfect playing field, no need for athletic genes, rabid parents, tutting tutors, or expensive summer camps. You pick up the game on your own, you learn, you improve, you work, and if you're good enough, you can become God. And if you fail, well, you're nobody. I'm not building toward a long-term career. I'm friendless in a foreign country. I'm respected by no one. And if I don't qualify for the VSL next month, I'll be back home at square one. Ooh, I'll be nothing. Ooh, hey, at least I play video games all day. But how do you have the money to play video games all day? I'm glad we picked the girl character. Pretty cute. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Are you completely sure you haven't forgotten anything? Do you have enough money for the cab when you land? Are you sure that the apartment got your money? Is your cell phone charged? I brought an extra charger, right? Please, I'm fine. Nothing bad's gonna happen. Remember, there won't be anyone to do your laundry, or cook your meals, or wake you up when you oversleep. Budget well and you'll have 2 months. I won't hear anything about a loan for the flight home. It takes effort to keep a frown from my face. I'm certain my parents came to see me off only so that they could say they did. I've really sunk the entirety of my savings into this. Now isn't the time for second thoughts. My dad gestures toward the security line and taps his watch twice. Go on. The sooner this is over with, the better. God damn. First of all, your kid is actually good enough to like compete, or they think that they're good enough to compete in an esports, and they want to give it a try, and they're giving it their all. I don't know. It bothers me that parents are so easy to like thrust their kids into like football or soccer or track and field or basketball, things like that, and like are willing to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to try and get their kid better at that. But the second a kid says, hey, I want to go pro in CSGO or Dota or League of Legends or something like that, like the amount of parents that are just like, let's not go pick up a real hobby or things like that. Like, one thing, I have respect for my mom. She knows I like CSGO and I really wanted to get better at it. But the thing is, I could never, like, even with how much she knew I would have liked to go pro with it, I already know that, you know, compared to like when I did archery and my mom put a lot of money into archery, I know how much money and effort she put in to help me get better at archery would not copy over to a video game. And I find that sad, because I do think video games are just as relevant of a sport. Go on, the sooner this is over with, the better. Oh, come back in one piece, hun. Nothing comes when I think of how to respond, so I only nod. Without another word, my parents walk away. That's sad. Oh, we're angry. We're angry. She has to make her own mistakes. Whew. I tightened my fist, quick pace quickening, even though I want to prove to everyone who doubted me wrong. I'm tired of losing for no one's sake but my own. With the sun long set, overhead signs wash the streets in color. I wander so far that a walk back to my apartment would almost take half an hour. Renewed drive to practice my craft drives my search for a place to play. It's not long before I see the words I'm looking for. PC Bang! Oh, that's one thing that's really cool. At a college nearby where I live, it's not actually like part of the college. Like they don't have like it's not a college course or anything like that or something like that. But they actually have a Rocket League team, a League of Legends team, and a CS:GO team at the college nearby. I've watched a couple of their games. They're like Gold Nova 2. They're not like super high up there, but I find it cool. And I mean, these kids aren't. I don't know if they're actually trying to go pro or if it's something they just enjoyed and the college offered it, so they joined in. But oh no, I think that's cool that that's even offered right now. The amount of foot traffic suggests it's a pretty popular internet cafe. Sign up front reads Golden Zone Fire. Though I've visited them a few times, PC bangs are one of the things that interested me most about Korea when I first got into StarCraft. Duking it out for a champion status of a neighborhood cafe is old school, like the type of western where the sheriff defends his turf up against upstarts and outlaws. It's ideal that a little. One day I'm going to be able to read things and my eyes just aren't going to go, we're going to confuse you and letters aren't going to look like letters anymore. It's an ideal that's a little bit dated these days. Most StarCraft 2 competitions take place either online or in broadcast studios. I'll admit, I've daydreamed of being born a decade earlier and playing in the original eSports Brood War during the rise alongside the PC bang. Better time, or so they say online. I trundle up the stairs and pass through the doorway, immediately struck by the size of this place. There has to be at least 80 computers. The crowd is too large for an ordinary evening. There are even more people than there are PCs even. I indulge my curiosity on the first person I see, a dark-haired guy observing a match of StarCraft 2 from behind someone's shoulder. Excuse me, is there a event going on? Oh. Oh no. This guy looks like he's wanting to like throw hands, but since we're in an anime world, it's gonna be like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where they're just gonna play StarCraft to determine who's top dog. The guy turns and looks at me like I'm speaking something other than Korean. Oh, we're Korean now. Heck yeah. After a brief silence, he responds, "Are you new or something? Have you not heard of All Out Attack?" "Yeah, I'm new. Just asking." He hums and glances away for a moment, though he doesn't apologize. He does fill me in. Golden Zone Fire hosts a StarCraft 2 tournament called All Out Attack once a month. It's one of the few places you'll find a decent player outside an online cup or Star League. Used to be a Brood War tournament, actually. I see. Thank you. Are you cheering for someone? He stares in response. The guy walks away with a shake of his head, mumbling something about foreigners. Oh, we need to kick that guy's butt. The back of his shirt sports the Korean Programmer Association logo. Maybe he's a Brood War fan or something. Well, that's something. But we're about at 20 minutes, so I'm actually going to go ahead and end this episode. Thank you so much for watching. And again, if you enjoyed, please like leave a like or comment or something like that. I don't know. Don't yell at me, boss.